Good morning. You are listening to BBC Tees. It's 11 minutes past 8. Now, as you were hearing in our news with Andrea at 8 o'clock, there's reports this morning that House of Fraser stores in the region could be saved after all. Our reporter Anna Snowden is in Darlington for BBC Tees this morning. Morning, Anna. Take us through what we know at this point in time.
Yeah, morning Anna, morning everyone. It was back in January of this year, but we first heard of some problems within the department store chain as some landlords have been contacted to discuss rent reductions as the business had been battling to cut costs and revive sales. It was then reported that House of Fraser lost almost £44 million last year, and they blamed Brexit, terrorist attacks in London and increased online competition. So fast forwarding to June of this year, it was announced that 31 stores had been earmarked for closure, including the ones in Middlesbrough and here in Darlington. On the day of the announcement, this woman, who'd been working for House of Fraser for years but didn't want to be named, shared her reaction to the news that her store had been earmarked for closure.
Devastation, upset, just in a bubble really. It is devastating for everybody, you know, for the town. It's a big chunk out of the town really, isn't it? It's going to be a big void to fill, isn't it? It's uncertainty of your future, isn't it? For everybody's future. There's people in there that are just buying houses and starting off, and you know, it's just a massive, like I say, a massive hole in the town really.
So let's move on to the better news. Just over 2 weeks ago, high street and online retailer Sports Direct stepped in to buy the department store chain out of administration. The owner, Sports Direct, Mike Ashley, said he wanted to transform House of Fraser into the Harrods of the high street after agreeing to pay £90 million to rescue the chain from administration. And he made a promise to do his best to keep as many stores open as possible. In recent days, its flagship London Oxford Street store had been saved, as well as branches in Telford and Plymouth. And over this weekend, the chain's new owner said that its team had been working round the clock to keep stores open, with reports that the stores in Darlington and Middlesbrough could stay open, saving more than 200 jobs with it. I've been asking shoppers and early commuters in Darling this morning how they would feel if the store would remain open on their high street.
Oh, it'd be the best thing for Darlington if it could stay, definitely. I just think it'd be such a loss for the size of the building that it is, because it would look like a ghost town, and just for the staff, the people that would lose the jobs as well. So
is that the key to the high street, keeping these big names here?
Part of it. I mean, it's a big loss because it's such a big building, so it would look like a big gap in the town centre. But not just that, it's where do people go to shop for things otherwise?
I think we need it in the town of Darlington. I think we're losing a lot with Marks and Spencer's going as well. So I think we need House of Fraser to stay in Darlington. You get people coming into the town using the town centre, and then if they're using the department store for the shopping, then they're also using the other shops and the bars and the restaurants in the town. So very important.
I mean, very pleased because I just think there'll be nothing left in Darlington but cheap shops and nowhere for the elderly to go neither. I think Darlington is up and coming, but now with bins going, Marks and Spencer's, rumours of Next going, nothing. Plenty of restaurants and bars, but nowhere to shop.
Is this potentially a really good bit of news for Darlington then this morning?
Excellent news, yeah, if it does remain open.
So everyone, Neil and Anna, remaining fairly positive at the potential news of this morning. And of course on Twitter last night, the MP for Darlington, Jenny Chapman, tweeted, "We have been waiting since the takeover to see what the future would hold for our store. The latest noises are positive, but I'll be seeking clarification. Many questions remain unanswered."
Thank you. Anna Snowden live in Darlington for us this morning. Thank you for that. So the negotiations certainly still ongoing, but what could it mean for our high streets if our House of Fraser stores were to remain open? Let's have a few moments with Graham Robb from the I'm Backing Darlington campaign. Morning, Graham.
Good morning.
Hiya. Unconfirmed reports at this stage as well, but potentially what could this mean for both Middlesbrough and Darlington, do you think?
Well, you're right. It is a little bit speculative this morning, but let's be positive about the speculation. And if it is true, then it is marvellous news. These stores are important stores. The House of Fraser brand and the House of Fraser venue sells great products. And I think it helps balance the high street. A lot of high streets now have cheaper stores. There's a lot of discounting going on. Now, I was looking at the top rich list of entrepreneurs in the UK, And in the top 50, there are 8 people who've made multi-million pounds from setting up discount retailers. Now, they're all over the high street, but the high street does need a bit of balance. It needs the high quality end as well.
So
I was in House Fraser just a few weeks ago buying some expensive body wash, not the kind of thing that is in every store, and the kind of thing that is increasingly migrating to online shopping to buy. But we need that kind of thing to encourage people to be more holistic about their shopping patterns.
So you're obviously you're reserving judgment, but potentially this is really good news, isn't it, for our region? This.
Yeah, it is good news. I'm only reserving judgment because the different reports are giving different versions of it.
We are checking with the administrator.
Yeah, but there is a logic to it staying open, not only because towns like Darlington, Middlesbrough do have high footfall shopping, but also because if you read the reports of Mike Ashley, the new owner of House of Fraser, he has stores in those towns, and they particularly in Darlington, and they perform well. So he'll see the evidence of his own eyes when he looks at the cash register receipts from the performance of stores in Darlington, and he'll make rational decisions. But I said the town centre in Darlington has been badly wounded this summer, but is not dead. We've got a serious casualty, though, in Marks and Spencer's.
All right.
We've even got stores like Starbucks and McDonald's leaving our town centre, and same in Middlesbrough in case of McDonald's. And that isn't good. And so there does have to be policy change. There's been a lot of work done by both the council and the MP, and also by people in business to try and persuade House of Fraser to stay and Mike Ashley to stay. And that's all well and good, but it doesn't mean that the urgent policy action needs to be avoided or can be delayed. It needs to be taken urgently.
Graham, we must leave it there. Thank you so much indeed for chatting to us this morning.
BBC Tees.